What if some of the world's greatest mysteries were never meant to be solved? 5 cases, 5 disappearances, deaths, and events that left the world's best investigators completely stumped. No answers, no closure, just questions that have haunted us for decades. Stay with me, because number 1 will genuinely disturb you. The Unsolved case. The Somerton Man. In December 1948, an unidentified man was found dead on Somerton Beach in Australia. No wallet, no ID, no cause of death. But tucked inside a hidden pocket of his trousers was a tiny scrap of paper with 2 words printed on it. Tamam Shud. It's Persian. It means, it is ended. The scrap had been torn from the final page of a rare edition of a Persian poetry book. That book was eventually found, and inside it was a phone number and a coded message that has never been deciphered. To this day, nobody knows who this man was, where he came from, or why he died. Some believe he was a Cold War spy. Others think it was a suicide. The truth? Completely unknown. The Zodiac Killer. The cipher that was never cracked. Between the late 1960s and early 1970s, a serial killer terrorized Northern California. He called himself the Zodiac. He sent taunting letters to newspapers. Letters filled with cryptic ciphers that he claimed revealed his identity. Of the 4 ciphers he sent, only 1 was solved. And it took over 50 years and a team of code breakers to crack it in 2020. The others? Still unsolved. The Zodiac claimed to have killed 37 people. Police confirmed only 5. He was never caught. He was never identified. And somewhere out there, the full truth of who he was is still buried in those ciphers. The Dyatlov Pass incident. In February 1959, 9 experienced Soviet hikers set out into the Ural Mountains of Russia. They never came back. When searchers found their camp weeks later, the tent had been slashed open from the inside. The hikers had fled into -30-degree temperatures, wearing almost no clothing. Their bodies were scattered across the mountainside. 1 had a fractured skull. 2 had broken ribs. 1 was missing her tongue. The Soviet government classified the investigation and sealed it for decades. The official cause of death? A compelling unknown force. That's it. That's all they said. Theories range from an avalanche to military testing to something far more disturbing. No explanation has ever fully satisfied investigators. The disappearance of Flight MH370. On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines, Flight 370 took off from Kuala Lumpur bound for Beijing. 239 people were on board. 40 minutes into the flight, the plane simply vanished from radar. No mayday call, no distress signal, just silence. What followed was the most expensive search operation in aviation history, spanning millions of square kilometers of ocean. A few debris pieces eventually washed ashore, confirming the plane went down in the southern Indian Ocean. But the main wreckage? The black box? The full truth of what happened in that cockpit? Never found. 239 people, and we still don't know why they died. The Overtoun Bridge, where dogs go to die. Since the 1960s, over 600 dogs have leapt from the same spot on Overtoun Bridge in Scotland. Dozens have died. The ones that survived jumped again. All from the same spot. Always on clear days. Always long-nosed breeds. Investigators, animal behaviorists, and scientists have studied this bridge for decades. The leading theory involves the scent of mink or mice beneath the bridge, triggering something in certain dogs. But that doesn't explain the consistency. The same spot, the same weather, the same breeds. Local legend calls it a thin place, a location where the barrier between the living world and something else is unusually fragile. Nobody has a satisfying answer. And dogs are still jumping today. 5 mysteries, 5 cases where the world's best minds came up empty. The Somerton Man, the Zodiac, Dyatlov Pass, MH370, and a bridge in Scotland that calls to dogs. These aren't just unsolved. They may be unsolvable. If this kept you up a little, you're in the right place. The Dark Ledger goes deeper every single week. Subscribe and don't miss what's coming next. Because the next case, it's closer to home than you think.